Now, moving on, number 2, area of value. So you've learned, right, what is market structure earlier. If the market is in an uptrend, you want to look for buying opportunities. But here's the thing, just because a market is in an uptrend doesn't mean you blindly hit a buy button. No, because the trend, right, could be about to make a reversal. It could be about to make a pullback. So this is why you want to look for this next second thing, an area of value. So this is like, going on a date with a girl for the first time. Doesn't mean you go on a date once, you're going to marry her, because you do not know what type of person is she. Does she really like you? Do you really like her? You need more confirmation. And it's the same for trading. We're looking for more confirmation to give us clue that this is a good time to enter into an uptrend. Okay, so the second thing is what I call an area of value. So this, in essence, right, tells you right where to buy or sell. So market structure, previously it tells you what to do. Should you be looking for buying opportunities or selling opportunities? But it doesn't mean hit the buy button. No, you are only looking for opportunities, whether to buy or sell. For this one, it tells you where to buy or sell. The keyword here is where on the chart to buy or sell. So area of value, really, it's about this, to help you pinpoint the area on your charts to look for trading opportunities. And to look for areas of value on your chart, there are numerous tools that you can use, but for me personally, I use support, resistance, and moving average often. And so this is the two tools that I want to share more with you. So support and resistance, otherwise known as SR. So what is support and resistance? So here's my definition of it. So support is an area on your chart where buying pressure could step in. I didn't say must, right? Because in trading, nothing is guaranteed. Trading is all about probabilities, never certainty. So it's an area on your chart where buying pressure could maybe come in to push the price higher. So it looks something like this. Let's say market is in a range. So support is at near the lows of this range. This is what we call support, right? Where buying pressure came in and pushed the price up higher. Buying pressure came in, pushed the price up higher. Support is here. Buyers came in and pushed the price up higher. So let's say now price is at support. What's going to happen? Go up? No, it could also go down. Okay, so this is why I say that it's an area on your chart where buying pressure could step in. So next, resistance. This is an area on your chart where selling pressure could step in. So again, this is an area of resistance. Over here where the price came up, hit down lower. Went up, came down lower. Went up, and what happens? Came down lower. So again, anything can happen in markets. It can go up, it can break out of resistance, or it can face selling pressure, resistance, and then reverse down lower once again. So this is why the word is could step in. So now that you understand what is support and resistance, so in essence, right, support is where buyers could come in and push the price up higher. Resistance is an area on your chart where sellers could come in and push the price down lower. And another thing to add is that when support is broken, it tends to become, or it could become, resistance. So let's say this is support. Okay, so support, right? Previous support could now become resistance, right? Where price could face selling pressure and then continue lower down from here. And vice versa. If resistance is broken, that area could now become support. Let's say this is resistance, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, breakout, come back. Previous resistance could become support, and the price could possibly head up higher from here. So let me share with you a few charts, right, so you can kind of like let this concept sink into your head. So first one here is pound Canadian. So if you look at this weekly time frame chart, which I've marked, you can see where is your support and resistance area. Support, right, tested once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. And you have resistance tested once over here. And this is why I said it's an area on your chart. If you look at this over here, the price didn't respect this level to the peak. In fact, you break out. People thought it's a breakout and then came back, collapsed back into the range once again. Okay, so if another one over here, almost touching, then it broke out, went back in the range again. And then this was almost near to the peak and then went back into the range again. So this is why we are dealing with an area. But the reason why I draw support resistance as lines is because it's my habit. It's something that I've been so used to doing. But if you don't want to face this problem of treating this as a line or whatsoever, you can use a tool, right? I think it's called the rectangle tool to make your life easier. This one over here. So what you can do is just treat this as a box, an area. You can just draw it like this, like an area, if that makes your life easier. Same for this one over here, right? Draw it like this to kind of better interpret it. But again, as I've said, right, my preference is to use a line, but if you think a box method would make more sense for you, feel free to go ahead. Next one, platinum. So in this one, I'm going to share with you the 8-hour time frame. So you can see over here, the concept that I've shared earlier. Resistance, right? Tested once, tested twice, almost 3 times, 4th time here, 5th time. Then price breaks out. If price breaks out of resistance, what could possibly happen? Previous resistance could become support. Buyers could possibly step in here, right, to push the price up higher. And in this case, it did happen. One more example, or rather, second last example. This one here is euro against the Aussie dollar. This is an area of support. Tested once, tested twice. Came back here, consolidate a little, break down, retest. Previous support becomes resistance. Head down lower, retest this same area of resistance, and then continue to grind kind of lower around here. So again, this is how support resistance looks like on your chart. And again, I didn't draw the full thing. I just wanted to point out the obvious one to share with you the concepts that I've mentioned. But really, if you want to draw another one, I would say this would be another level that you could look at, this highs over here. Okay, and one final example, this one here is Bitcoin. Just to illustrate to you that, hey, the concepts that I'm sharing with you, right, can be applied to different markets as well. So if you look at this one over here, can you see this area of support? Okay, tested almost here, almost the first time, second, third, fourth, fifth. Then what happened? Price broke below support. Okay, broke down. Great. So as you know, right, if price breaks below support, what could happen? Previous support could become resistance, which happened over here. Previous support, price breakdown, became resistance. And again, support, resistance, they are an area on your chart. So this is why you shouldn't expect the price to reach a particular dollar amount or exact cent, right, and reverse from there. No, it's an area. It could exit by a lot, it could exit by a little bit, or it could undershoot it, right? Doesn't even touch it and then reverse from there. Okay, so you can see what happened next, right? For Bitcoin, price continues down lower, and then it retests, right? It's going to retest this area of resistance, and watch what happens. It didn't respect this area that we had drawn out earlier. In fact, it went deeper, right, to retest almost these highs over here. So you can see I just pulled it back out. Okay, so now, so at this point, right, support resistance, it's kind of fluid, it's dynamic. You have to make adjustments to it from time to time. So if I were to look at this chart right now, okay, I wouldn't leave my line on my area of resistance here. I might shift it up higher, right, to take into account, right, the recent price move. So this one now would make more sense because it tested this one here once and then twice over here. So let's see what happens next. Then price, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Price then retest this for a third time over here, and then it finally broke out. So price has broke out of resistance. So as you know, if price breaks out of resistance, what could possibly happen? Previous resistance could become support, right? Previous resistance could now become support. Buyers could possibly step in, and push the price up higher, which it did in this case. And of course, all these charts are cherry picked, right? Just to, make sure that the teachings, the concepts that I'm teaching you, right, are crystal clear. In the real world of trading, right, there are often things will not go your way, and you have to be prepared for it.